Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching The Big Bang Theory. This is the 8th episode of the first season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in a link in the description below. Just click in it, put the password in, and enjoy. So last episode, Howard ended up getting with one of Penny's friends. Yes, she was visiting from California, staying in her apartment, and Howard made his move and was successful. But this left a hole in their group. It was Halo Wednesdays. There was a person down. There was only 3 of them. Penny actually filled the void. You know, she come in, she was killing Sheldon. She jumped in, she started gaming. They had a good time. Now, interestingly, you know, they went over and actually asked her, did she want to take his spot, you know, Howard's spot in their group when it was Halo nights? And she said she can't. You know, she was going out dancing. They were saying that it doesn't really work. Do you know what I mean? Go dancing a different day. This is Halo Wednesdays. And she said, no, mate, that's not how it works for me. You know, I just do stuff as and when it comes. They've ended up going for food and realised that their group dynamic is totally different as well, because they usually have 4 people, 4 starters, 4 dumplings, and now Howard's not there. It doesn't really work out, because how can they split 1 dumpling between 3 of them? And once they open it up, pretty much Sheldon was saying it's no longer a dumpling, it's like a flat sandwich. Now, interestingly, they've gone and actually tried to speak to Howard to bring him back into the fold. But luckily for them, you know, their luck was in, because they could hear Howard's mum and his new girlfriend arguing in the background, pretty much just saying that they don't like each other. His mum said that she's going to take Howard out of the will while they're together. She said that she can't be bothered with it, it's too much drama, and she's obviously leaving him, which left him single and ready to mingle again, which then put him part of the Halo team. And we could see at the very end of the episode, they was all back united together, playing, and Penny, funnily enough, turned up with 4 of her friends, opened the door, said, hey guys, you know, we'll have sex with you all. None of them listened, carried on focused on the game, just like when he was doing that IKEA thing when he was building and she was trying to speak to them. And then obviously she just left. Obviously she was kidding, but she was just showing her mates how focused and determined they are to finish this Halo. So interesting stuff. Can't wait to check out today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Problem?
But the online description was completely misleading. They said 8 slots plus removable ID.
Now, do you really need the honorary Justice League of America membership card?
It's been in every wallet I've owned since I was 5.
Guess whose parents just got broadband?
Let it may I present, live from New Delhi, Dr. and Mrs. V.M. Kutrapalli.
Hi.
Over here is Sheldon.
Hi.
He lives with Leonard.
Oh, that's nice. Like Haroon and Tanveer. Just adopted the cutest little Punjabi baby.
Yeah. No, we're not like Haroon and Tanveer.
Bye.
Wait! Before you go, we have good news. Put the computer down and gather your friends. Don't see your friends.
Do you remember Lalita Gupta?
The little fat girl that used to kick me in the samosas and call me untouchable?
Yes. Well, now she's a dental student at USC. So we gave her your contact information.
Papa, I'm not supposed to...
Lalita's parents approve the match.
If I may, your parents probably don't consider this meddling. While arranged marriages are no longer the norm, Indian parents continue to have a greater than average involvement in their children's love lives.
My parents are trying to marry me off to a total stranger. What am I going to do?
I suggest you go through with it. Romantic love is the basis for marriage, has only existed since the 19th century. Up until then, arranged marriages were the norm, and it served society quite well.
You know what I'm going to do?
What?
Find new friends.
You know what, right? I could think of nothing worse than an arranged marriage. Now, I know that obviously people and cultures, like Sheldon was saying, still actually do it, and you know, fair play to them. If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. You know what I mean? I'm no judging for anybody, but for me personally, you know, I couldn't do it. Just meeting a complete stranger and just saying, yes, you two now are going to be together forever just because 2 parents approve of it. Like, that's just crazy. Like, do you know what I mean? How many people have you encountered in your life where you actually feel like, you know, they're the one, or, you know, I really want to be with them, and then it turns out, you know, actually, after a few months or so, or a year or whatnot, like, it's like, nah, it's not meant to be. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just hard, but I am also a firm believer that you can grow to love somebody even if you didn't at the start. It's like attraction as well. I don't know if you've ever done it yourself or been in a friendship group, and, you know, at first you just meet somebody and they're just like, yo, that's just A, you know what I mean? And then you start going out in the group, maybe have a few drinks sometimes, go for food, hang out, cinemas, you know what I mean? Just be general, just chit chat. and then you're actually like, oh, I actually do like this person. They're actually decent. And then the attraction grows slowly. Do you know what I mean? So, like, at first, you might not like them, but over the course of being with somebody for a long period of time, showing that you care for them and actually understanding and learning their traits, then, yeah, you can actually fall for them. But I just think that an arranged marriage, I think it'd just be it'd just be too hard for me anyway.
I need to cancel my membership to the planetarium. Well, I'm sorry too, but there's just no room for you in my wallet. I'll miss you too. Bye-bye. Okay, I know you're texting about me, and I'd really like you to stop.
Hi, Rajesh. This is Lalita Gupta. Your mother gave my mother your phone number to give to me. Call me back. Bye.
Can you believe how pushy she is?
So call her.
How can I call her? You know I can't talk to women.
Give me the phone.
Why?
Just give it to me.
Hello, Lalita. Raj, good
Shit.
good to talk to you too. So, anyhow, when would you like to meet?
Friday works for me.
And I'll call you at a time and place. But in the meantime, keep it real, babe.
You may now thank me.
For what? Making me sound like a Simpsons character?
Right, next time, make your own date.
I need some guinea pigs.
Oh, okay. There's a lab animal supply company in Reseda you could try. But if your research is going to have human applications, may I suggest white mice instead? Their brain chemistry is far closer to ours.
Sheldon, one day I'm gonna get the hang of talking to you. Oh, I finally convinced the restaurant to give me a bartending shift, so I need to practice mixing drinks.
Oh, great. Well, the key to acquiring proficiency in any task is repetition.
With certain obvious exceptions. Suicide, for example.
So Leonard, how about it?
This drink is a wonderful example of how liquids with different specific gravities interact in a cylindrical container.
Okay, Raj, what'll it be?
Whatever you recommend.
How about a grasshopper? I make a mean grasshopper. Then, what are you gonna have?
I'll have a Diet Coke.
Okay, can you please order a cocktail? I need to practice mixing drinks.
Fine. I'll have a Virgin Cuba Libre.
That's, rum and coke without the rum.
Yes. And would you make it diet?
All right, who's next?
Has he never drank
Try
before?
a slippery nipple.
Anybody need a refill?
Where did my life go, Penny?
Oh, he's spoken to her.
One day I'm a carefree bachelor, and the next I'm married and driving a minivan to Pee-wee cricket matches in suburban New Delhi. Since I was a little boy, my father wanted me to be a gynecologist like him. How can I be a gynecologist? I can barely look a woman in the eye.
No one can make you get married. Why don't you just meet this girl and see what happens?
Haven't you been listening to me? I cannot talk to women.
You've been talking to me.
And now we'll never know.
I am talking to you.
Maybe he gets drunk on his
Penny,
date.
how are you?
Fine.
Okay, now I just need to make sure I have a Lalita before I meet the Grasshopper.
Why don't you bring her to my restaurant while I'm tending the bar so I can keep an eye on you?
Okay.
Oh, I've got to say, I've said it recently anyway, but like, I feel like we needed to use Raj and Howard more, to be honest. You know, I do like Penny and Leonard and Sheldon, but I feel like it's heavily kind of revolved around them and their stories, and like these two, every time they dip in, they're decent. They actually are. And recently, they're getting more screen time, which is good because I like it when you spread the load. You know what I mean? And again, it seems like the episode's focused on him today, which is great stuff. And also, again, the little cameo that Howard's had, even if it was like a minute or so on the phone, it's been the funniest part of the episode. I feel like them two are always revolved around the most comical parts.
I can't believe I'm sitting here next to little Lalita Gupta. Little Lalita, little Lalita, little Lalita.
He's not vibing.
You have lost so much weight. That must have been difficult for you because you were so fat. You aware that dentists have an extremely high suicide rate? Well, not as high
Is
as,
that
say,
true?
air traffic controllers, but then there are far more dentists than air traffic controllers, so in pure numbers, you're still winning.
This girl my mom set me up with had a mustache and a vestigial tail.
Virgin Diet Cuba Libre, please. That's Princess Panchali.
I'm pretty sure her name's Lalita.
No, Princess Panchali from The Monkey and the Princess. When I was a little boy and got sick, which was most of the time, my mother would read it to me. It's about an Indian princess who befriends a monkey who was mocked by all the other monkeys because he was different. How often does one see a beloved fictional character come to life?
This is Lalita Gupta. Lalita, this is Leonard and Sheldon and Howard and Penny.
You are the living embodiment of the beautiful Princess Panchali. I can practically smell the lotus blossoms woven into your ebony hair.
Well, thanks. I imagine you smell very nice, too.
I shower twice a day and wash my hands as often as I can. It was said that the gods fashioned her eyes out of the stars, and that roses were ashamed to bloom in the presence of her ruby lips.
If you do not stop hitting on my lady, you will feel the full extent of my wrath. You are my lady. Our parents said so. We are, for all intents and purposes, 100% hooked up.
The reason I came tonight was to get my parents off my case. I certainly don't need to be getting this old world crap from you.
It just happened.
Beats the hell out of me.
What happened? I just learned how to pick up Indian chicks.
What are we supposed to say to Lalita's parents?
It's a family matter, Sheldon.
No, I'm Leonard.
Sorry, you all look alike to us.
But he's right, Papa. Listen to him. You are the one who ruined everything. Tell my parents why they won't have any grandchildren.
How would I know? Do you have a low sperm count?
You left with his date. Friends don't do that to each other.
All right, noted. Sorry.
Sorry? That's all you can say is sorry?
Take it, Raj. It's more than I've ever gotten.
And may I point out, she wouldn't have asked me to go with her if you hadn't been drunk and boring.
Do it. He moves to America and becomes an alcoholic.
I'm not an alcoholic.
Then why were you drunk? Carry us outside. We want to talk to you in private. Now listen to me.
Please wait until I get into the hall.
What happened with you and Lolita?
She lectured me on the link between gum disease and heart attacks, nothing I didn't already know, and I came home.
I wonder who's going to tell his parents they're not having grandchildren.
To
life, l'chaim.
I don't believe it. What's gotten into him?
Oh, maybe a
His Diet Coke with something in it.
that turned
Yeah.
out to be kind of slutty.
Isn't it? You know what, right? Wow, that episode went rapid, honestly. They fly in this show. Like, I didn't expect it to end there. But a little bit of alcohol inside of a drink, yeah. Well, not just one, but like if you have a couple and get on the edge, mate, you're vibing then. Honestly, that's the best vibes there. Like when everyone starts tilting over into the drunken side, you know, it gets a little bit messy there, especially if you're in a group. You know, if there was 5 of you out and you all got like into the drunken side, it gets a bit shit. But if you're all tilted on that edge there, where you're just like on it, drinking, karaoke, whatever, like he's doing there, like mate, it's the best time. Honestly, it's great. And I've got to say, like I said, mate, I'm loving the use of the cast now. You know, everybody's kind of getting their bit. Everybody's getting their episodes, more screen time for everybody. You know, we didn't even hardly see Penny today. She was just in, dip, that's a little bit. You know what I mean? Raj was obviously the most of the episode. And I enjoyed it, honestly. I really think it's good. And to be honest, the 2 times you've had somebody's parents kind of involved, I think they've been great episodes. Like, his parents today, I thought was pretty funny. I did enjoy them. Then again, just a minute ago, talking about wearing his tighty whities, going outside and shouting at him, especially when Sheldon's mum was in it as well, and she was trying to set him up. I know what did she was trying to actually get him back to his job, innit, and she nearly got herself set up when she went to speak to his you know, his boss. But the fact is, you know, in that episode she was quite funny as well. She spoke about, you know, Penny and Leonard together, and she also kind of spoken to Leonard on Sheldon on an actual normal level by saying, even though you are clever and even though that you are probably superior to everybody in terms of knowledge wise, it's not really good enough to go around and flaunt it and you know, state it in front of everybody, because even though you might know you're clever, everybody else doesn't like it. Do you know what I mean? You don't want it thrust in the face. And I thought she done good parenting in that one. So I don't know. I feel like the 2 episodes that have had parents in it have been really good. Okay, that is going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So, who's your favourite character so far, honestly? This is an interesting one to me. Like, I mean, Howard is my favourite. I feel like he is the funniest one. I feel like Sheldon is actually growing on me quite a bit, to be honest. As it progressed forward, you know what I mean? It's just the little things that he says here and there. And, you know, his character's odd as well. He's an oddball. But then, again, not everybody should be the same. And that's why I actually kind of like him. Because he's different. Because he talks different as well. And the way he acts, you know what I mean? He said that he wanted a Diet Coke. And then when she said, well, can I have it in a cocktail? He said that he knew the cocktail that it would be, but without the alcohol, but said it with a different name and basically wanted just a Diet Coke again. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's quirky, he's quite funny, and I feel like as well he's like awkward in certain situations that he doesn't really know that he's doing things, you know what I mean? So like, for example, when he took obviously her away from Raj a minute ago there and left with his date, he didn't really know that that was not like a normal thing to do. Also as well, do you know, like when he was talking to her and he was basically expressing that she's like a princess out of his book and that he obviously like feels like she's really pretty and the stars are, you know, like, are in her eyes and all this stuff, and he didn't really know he's hitting on her as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like he's just one of those ones. Like, he's really clever, but then also in certain situations, I feel like he's textbook smart, but not real life smart, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? You get those people. You get street smart and book smart. And, like, he is definitely book smart, but in terms of, like, social level and how to read situations and people's feelings and what they need and what they say, you know what I mean? I feel like he's, like, way off on it, and it's interesting to see him learn and move forward. And again, this is the first time that we had Raj actually speak to women, which is interesting. Blocked it instantly when he started to speak into Penny. Then obviously, like, the crowd who make noises in the background, they was like, oh, and Penny was like, whoa, are you speaking to me? Do you know what I mean? It's good. I was wondering how long that lasts for. I didn't know if he was going to take it all the way to the end. I mean, it's 8 episodes and he's spoken to her now. I don't know if we're going to dip back into the next episode when he's not having alcohol, not speaking to her. But I actually personally feel like now it's done, it's done. Get it out there, speak, use it, 5 group, let's go forward. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.